My friends, they used to say that the tank was a relic of the past. But if you believe that, you've already lost the war in your mind. What the Pentagon has just put on the table with the M1E3 Abrams is not a museum piece. It's a definitive predator of the 21st century. And today we're going to open the black box that reveals how American steel shed its old shell to incinerate the drone era. Drones, forget the images of armored vehicles exploding in Ukraine. That's the end of an era. And what you're about to see now is the beginning of another. The M1E3 isn't an upgrade. It's a generational leap that erases the past. It was designed to face exactly what would kill armored vehicles: FPV drones, top attack missiles, and electronic suppression. In practice, what you have here is what that technology looks like on land. Stealth, a lethality tool that ignores conventional defenses. Now look at the details with me. The M1E3 dropped from 70 tons to 60. The direct result is that it can now cross bridges and move through urban areas where its predecessor would simply sink. Expeditionary mobility is back at the center of the map. If you can't get to the fight, you don't exist. And the M1E3 not only gets there, it gets there quietly. The rules of a battlefield that the enemy still doesn't understand. And to understand the M1E3, you need to understand the failure of passive armor. The old Abrams was a giant that relied on layers of steel and uranium. It was a 1980 concept. In modern warfare, a $1,000 drone finds the gap at the top. The M1E3 changed the logic. It traded dead weight for active intelligence. The reduction to 60 tons allows the tank to be transported. C-17 aircraft can carry more of them. In practice, the United States can deploy an armored force anywhere in the world within 48 hours. Something that was impossible until yesterday. But here's the key detail. The real magic is in the hemispheric active protection system. The M1E3 doesn't wait to be hit. It uses active scanning radars that detect threats from miles away. And the direct result is that this combat vehicle creates a protective bubble. Missiles and drones are intercepted by high-energy lasers before they touch the armor. In practice, the use of lightweight composite materials has kept the frontal protection intact. But it freed up weight for what really matters today: electric power. The old Abrams guzzled fuel like a jet plane, even when standing still. The M1E3 solved this with a hybrid diesel-electric engine. In practice, this allows for silent watch. The tank operates all its sensors, radars, and laser weapons without turning on the main engine. And the result is an almost zero thermal signature. The enemy is looking for a loud and hot monster, but the M1E3 is a cold ghost waiting in the darkness. Before the enemy can blink, the AI has already made its decision. What remains in the end is the realization that brute force has been replaced by surgical precision. Now subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Leave your like on the video. Now pay attention, because this is where the secret runs deeper. The M1E3 is not just an armored vehicle, a fighting vehicle, a tank. It's the brain of the pack. Forget the image of the lone armored vehicle. The concept now is the ground combat cloud. The M1E3 operates as a mothership for drones and ground robots. Integration with ISR drones allows the commander to see kilometers ahead, behind buildings or inside trenches, without exposing the vehicle. In practice, the tank fires at targets it doesn't even see directly. It is the strike element in a kill chain that starts in the sky. What happens at the end is the use of AI for threat detection. The third generation FLR doesn't look. It processes in milliseconds. If a drone takes off 5 kilometers away, the AI identifies the signature, assesses the target, and suggests the countermeasure: a microwave pulse to fry the circuits or a laser shot to incinerate it. And the result of that is that human reaction time has been eliminated. The tank reacts at the speed of light. But what if the GPS fails? If the enemy uses heavy electronic warfare, you ask me? Well, the M1E3 was made for signal-denied conditions. It has inertial navigation and terrain reading. In practice, it reads the ground and the stars to know where it is. The electronic jamming that brings down drones in Ukraine today is useless against the brain of the M1E3. It's an autonomous fortress that processes everything locally. What remains in the end is not just a tank. It's a technological ultimatum for the 21st century. Is the war of attrition over? Has the era of instant information warfare begun? And many of you ask us, but why the rush to deploy the M1E3 to the battlefield by 2027? The answer lies in the Indo-Pacific and Eastern Europe. The Pentagon knows that the era of comfortable advantage is over. China and Russia have learned the lesson of saturation. They try to win through the sheer volume of cheap threats. The M1E3 is the answer to this exhaustion. The 120mm cannon now fires an advanced multi-purpose projectile. This means that a single round can be programmed to explode in the air against drones or to penetrate heavy armor. This reduces the logistical burden. The tank doesn't need 10 types of ammunition. It carries one that already does almost everything. This means that the M1E3 stays in combat for much longer. It guarantees the land blockade will hold. Imagine the scenario. China attempts an amphibious invasion. The M1E3, being lighter and faster, is positioned on beaches where the old Abrams would get stuck. It acts as a multi-domain command center. It's not just a tank, it's a land-based aircraft carrier. The desperation of the adversaries is real. They invested billions in drones to neutralize tanks. And now the United States presents a tank that feeds on drones. The strategic chokehold is complete. And in practice, what we see here is a maneuver of technological exhaustion. The M1E3 uses a modular architecture, which allows for easier upgrades. If a new threat appears tomorrow, you don't build a new tank. You change the software module. The maintenance cost drops drastically, allowing for a larger and more ready fleet. The era of static trenches is over. The M1E3 was made for rapid maneuvering. It breaks through the perimeter, ignores mines, and clears the sky with lasers. Is it the victory of physics over brute force? Now, look at this detail. The hybrid engine generates megawatts. Laser weapons require energy, and a lot of energy. The M1E3 generates that energy on board. In practice, it's an armed mobile power plant. The result is that the tank has become the most efficient directed energy weapons platform in the world. The cost per shot of a laser is just a few cents compared to the millions for an interceptor missile. The math of war once again favors those with the smartest technology, not those with the biggest stockpile of scrap. The enemy expends thousands of drones trying to find a breach, while the M1E3 takes milliseconds to close every door. It's maximum efficiency applied to ground combat. Superiority on the battlefield isn't about who has the thickest armor, but about who processes information the fastest. The M1E3 Abrams proved that the tank isn't a relic, but the pillar of the future. Total dominance belongs to those who combine the weight of steel with the speed of silicon. The system is being pressured from all sides, and that's why we deal with these details so thoroughly. What you see on the surface, the headlines about useless tanks, is just the surface layer of disinformation. And that's why I created a censorship-free platform where we can discuss the topic in more depth. Come check it out. There are already more than 3,000 subscribers who keep our channel active and bring this valuable information to you. The QR code is on screen with the link in the description and first pinned comment. Also check out our new channel about series and movies, where we bring you tips without woke nonsense, without whining, with series and movies for you to enjoy with your family. In fact, right now there's a series playing that talks about the war in the Middle East, how Mossad operates, and how the CIA acts inside Iran. Yes, my friends, so we hope to see you there. Now subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and like the video. Did you like it? What is the next super weapon you would like Shimon to cover on the channel? Comment below. I'm Shimon Oliveira, shield your mind, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then.